What's happening, Coachella Valley? This is Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and I'm here in studio in Palm Desert, California, and we're talking about events and news and entertainment around the valley here in the Coachella Valley. It's November 1st. I hope you guys got an extra hour of sleep. I'm feeling kind of fresh today. You'll notice that we got some really cool things in our technology here. What's happening, Coachella Valley, at the bottom of the screen there, and we have all kinds of cool things happening today. We're going to be previewing a virtual event and getting deep into with the promoters, the founders, and we'll be talking about that today. We've been talking a lot about virtual events, so we thought we'd just kind of dig in and get a little bit deeper. So many different things are going on. First of all, I want to say that I hear that Richard Heckman passed away. We read it on a Facebook page. He used to be a neighbor of mine, and our prayers and thoughts go to his family. This is breaking news. It has not been confirmed. You won't see it on the news, but we are believing that Mr. Heckman passed away, and our condolences to him and his family. So a lot of things are happening. I'm going to scroll through right now. I'm going to move you guys onto Watch Party real quick, and that way today's California. Francoise Rhodes is not joining me today, but she is helping me out. She's taking a little bit of a break. We hope you guys had a phenomenal Halloween. It was very, very cool. I know I'm jumping around, but I was at the river. I stopped by and did a live yesterday. There was a 2-hour car wait. That is how popular that particular event was at the river. Very, very cool. And it was a trunk or treat. I don't think they thought it would be as popular as it really was. Something to really think about. What a great way to run a virtual event. It just took a long time. Kids were so excited. I have a live right there on our Coachella Valley page. You guys can see it. It's so fun, so cute, and so many different families and kids that, oh my gosh, I'm being notified that there's a photo bomb going on here. Desert Sands Unified School District, I think, is trying to come in.
Hey, how's it going, Craig? Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too. I haven't got this thing shared over at all to today's California. I'm going to go ahead and try it. Sean, okay. Thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh, we got your friend calling in now too.
Hey, like it says, it's a StreamBomb by Classroom Conversations from Desert Sands.
There we go. What's happening, Coachella Valley? Who am I speaking with? You are live. Hello? Oh, there you go. Say again. Hey, Mary, what are you doing? I understand that you and Sean are co-hosts. I'm sure we've got everybody confused right now on our show.
I'm sure we do.
Desert Sands Educational Foundation has just bombed me, and they've taken over my site for What's Happening Coachella Valley. Sean Webb, Executive Director, is that the title?
I'm the Director of the Desert Sands Educational Foundation and the Director for the Desert Sands Unified School District of Community Engagement. So those two kind of mix together a lot. Yeah.
I hope all that's not on your business card, because it won't fit.
It's 3 lines on my business card, actually. It's kind of funny.
See, yeah,
3 lines.
Back. If you were playing football, it wouldn't work. We'd have to just get down to Webb, Sean Webb. Hey, well, happy Halloween. Hey, we got Mary on the other line. Mary, speak up. Talk to your cohort and tell me why you guys are here.
Sean, did you hijack this show, or is this a late Halloween trick or treat?
I guess this is like a late Halloween trick or treat. Craig and I were talking, and we just StreamBombed the show, and he wanted to talk everything great about Desert Sands and what's going on with us.
Well, I'm sure that you have a bag of goodies to talk to us about, because we've been doing this for like 6 weeks.
You know what? We've been doing this since March, Mary. It's been a lot of fun, and just so you know, Craig, and I'm sure a lot of your viewers don't really know about Desert Sands School District, but we are the 34 schools that serve from the Indio-Coachella border all the way to the Palm Desert Rancho Mirage border. And that includes, our high schools that we've got. Our comprehensive high schools, we've got middle schools, we've got elementary schools, and we've got, 28,000 students, Craig, that we have, 28,000 families that we service here in the Coachella Valley. Pretty amazing.
That's right? Really, unbelievable. You and I talked a lot about.
Don't really know about Desert Sands School District.
No, listen to that. That's perfect. So I got you shared over to today's California. You and I were talking a lot about, Desert Sands. What people don't know under Tier one or two or three. The schools actually can be open in Riverside County, and each district then is responsible kind of for setting up how that works out. We've been learning that Desert Sands Unified School District has brought everybody back to be able to fall sports. They're doing conditioning now. We heard Palm Springs Unified School District is starting up tomorrow. Haven't heard yet from the Coachella Valley side, the East Valley, about what their district is doing. But we understand the Educational Foundation, Desert Sands Educational Foundation, is a supplement. We were talking about it a couple days ago. Explain the union and the connection.
So, great question. Desert Sands Educational Foundation, as our president, Patrick Callison, will say, is we're the arm of the school district that supplements their programs. So, for example, we've had an amazing program with our elementary schools over the last couple of years with our recorders, and we wrote a grant.
And you mentioned this. You were telling me that you were handing out a recorder for music. Yep. as a beginning. I bet everybody, all the family members, probably hate you for that.
No, so our elementary schools, Mrs. Bluto over at Ford, she made sure that every one of her elementary students have a recorder, and she does virtual lessons, and all the kids are learning basic music skills right now. With the foundation going on, we're doing everything we can to help supplement learning. We've got a ton of grants going out and applications for PPE specific items for STEAM. So that's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math classes. The beautiful thing is, we got Chef Mary on the phone, who's on the board, and then in the background, who I'd love to bring on, is she's going to talk about our virtual event this year that used to be this massive event at the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens with like almost 10,000 people.
Yeah, you're talking about the CamFest. Yep. Christy, I met her at Indian Wells while CamFest was happening. We've covered it several times. Oh, there she is. Hey,
there she is.
Happy Halloween and a happy birthday to you. She had a birthday yesterday. I think she's 25. Congratulations.
Look at that, Christy.
Yeah, you're looking sharp. So you know what we're doing here. What's happening, Coachella Valley? Thank you guys for joining us across the today's California, traveling with Francoise on Coachella Valley. We are featuring things that are going on, obviously, in the Coachella Valley. And one of the things that are coming up is with our schools being, starting to open back up, and school being very important, CamFest, which is an annual event that, I don't know, did you create this event? Tell us a little bit about it, and tell us why we should be watching something virtual, because it's a toughie.
It is going to be a toughie, but we're going to do it. So CamFest came about, my grandkids now are 7. So when they were little, I wanted to be more involved in the school district. And James East and I came up with an idea. We're like, how about, there's so many events in the desert, but there's none for kids, any festivals. Wouldn't it be awesome if they had like a festival just for the kids, by the kids, something like that? So we drew it out, had our mindset on it, and it was like, okay, so how can we implement it? Because I'm like a nobody. Like, who can I go to have this event? And we wanted to have it at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. So I was approached by a friend of mine that said, hey, they're looking for board members for the foundation. If you want to get involved with the school, that's a good way for you to be involved with the school and to help out and things like that. So, and I had told her about the event, and she said, if you're going to do it anywhere, you could probably do it with them. They would probably be okay with that. So,
well, you know what? I went to those events. I've seen them. I mean, phenomenal. You guys are on multiple stages. It was really incredible, showcasing all kinds of arts and music. And now we're faced with a virtual world. And Coachella Valley is so excited about children and everything that is going on here within the schools and arts. And we've been involved with AMP and everything else. So we decided we got to throw our hat in this and put this out there as much as possible. You guys will see at the bottom of the screen, you can find out more information about the CamFest at officialcamfest.org. We're also, I think, putting along the bottom how to text. Here's the website. Thank you so much, Sean. Sean Webb just put that up for us. You guys can go right there, officialcamfest.org, learn everything there is about how to donate, how to get involved. But Christy, I want to know a little bit more about, are you needing volunteers? Are you needing more students to participate, and how do they do that? Are they emailing you?
Okay, so for the virtual part of this event, it's all about the teachers and the students in Desert Sands Unified School District. So they are the performers in this 7-day virtual event. So we have put out emails to the teachers to get them more involved, because we're going to take what they're doing now in the virtual world within their classrooms and how they're doing all their arts programs, and we're going to put them into like a 10-minute video showing what they've been doing over these past few months.
School district. Part of this event is
So-
all about the teachers and the students in Desert Sands Unified
Oh.
School District.
Are we there?
We are. I just heard echo. Sorry.
That's okay.
So, so we've put out the emails to the teachers. We're slowly getting some responses, and what we're going to do is we're going to take all those snippets of all those videos that we get. We're going to combine them, and every day of the week from the 6th to the 12th, we're going to have 10-minute videos showing what our students are doing in the school districts with the arts. I mean, we've had art. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Hey,
no, no.
Sean.
I was just going to mention, I didn't mean to go into the big screen here,
Oh,
but
no.
I
Hey,
will.
Sean Webb, Director of Community Engagement. It's great. We want to hear from the Educational Foundation. Speak
No,
to
no,
us.
I didn't mean to interrupt, Christy. I didn't mean to go to the big screen like this, but I will share real quick, Christy. I participated in 2 classrooms the other day with Mrs. Prahl's dance class, and we went to Ford Elementary one day, and then we went to Johnson Elementary the next day, and her junior and senior students are teaching dance lessons in a Zoom format to the elementary students.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
You
we've
know,
been
they're-
recording them, and they're all going to be part of this, Christy. They're all packaged up for you, and they're ready to send it your way.
I just wanted to tell you guys, it's very interesting to watch all the virtual events. Yesterday I went to the river because I had the trunk or treat, and I just wanted to see, how do these things work out? Do families survive the uniqueness of these events? It was packed, guys. Do you know the complaint was this? It was a 2-hour long line. I drove down from Country Club to the river, Highway 111 yesterday, and all the way down from Country Club down was packed with cars. 2 miles of backed up cars. It was really an incredible thing to see, just the appetite that people want to get back out, do things, be involved. It's so important that kids continue, that they can train and be seen and have festivals like this. Whether it's virtual or not, they're still performing, and they're still going to have the pressure, to put out there a great show. And you guys are working so hard to collect a lot of people, put together some really good content. And I just want to invite people to check out officialcampfest.org and all the things that are going on in the Coachella Valley, of course. You know what? Some interesting news just along the way. I don't know if you guys know this. Sean Connery passed away yesterday. I thought that was kind of crazy, 90 years old, not really expecting that. We see that, I'm sorry, I kind of got myself, my phone was ringing again. So I just got interrupted again. So sorry about that. I was just going through some of the news items, and, we November 1st, everything seems to be moving so quickly. Schools are able to be open. We know this, but they're trying to figure out per district on how to do it. So it's very interesting to hear all the different things that are going on, and how I love the virtual events. I love the idea that people are getting creative, and there's so much entrepreneurial spirit out there. I believe that the upside to COVID is going to be so much more talent digitally streaming, and so much more opportunities socially. Kids are obviously going to be more adept, as we are, in working our digital tools. Hey, Coachella Valley, I hope you guys are enjoying our show. We got 3 different screens going on. We got things along the bottom. We're back on technology. We're doing this on Facebook Live. It's pretty cool. And I thank you, Sean Webb, for being so adept at helping us do this today. So just wanted to interrupt. Let's go right back to CamFest.
Excellent.
Okay. Go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just going to say, Christy, can you share with them how they can maybe participate in sponsorship, donors, those types of things? Because I know I flashed up a little screen here, but if you can give details about that too.
We have, so for sponsorship, so everything's working a little different this year. So usually we have sponsorships and sponsorship packages where we offer like the VIP room and things like that. This year, the sponsorship opportunities are going to be more based around us promoting you on social media, getting your name out. When we do the events virtually during the week, we will say, thank you so much, and this is sponsored by. That's what we have to offer for that. also, we're running it over to the 2021, that if you do sponsor for this year, we will have your banner, hopefully, at Indian Wells Tennis Garden next year with a proud sponsor of CampFest 2020-2021. So those are the kind of things that we're offering. You can also go to donate to be a sponsor on the officialcampfest.org, or you can reach out to me at 760-333-0627 and call me, and I can tell you the different levels if you just want to have a conversation and just not want to read it on paper. We also have a text to donate option, which you see at the bottom, where you can text to donate and you can donate any amount. So what we're asking is, if you were one of those parents that went to the event last year and paid $3 for a ticket, if you even donate $3 to the event, it's $3 more that's going to go into the students and to the arts programs. We've already had arts programs that we have no more. Like there's like 5. I'm not sure what the number of them is, Sean, but there's how many programs that we don't even have now because of this COVID that we've lost.
Yeah, due to funding and so forth, I know that we have 5 elementary principals who shared with me that they're going to have to discontinue their choir programs because they can't afford the after-school hours for that. So that's why it's very important to participate with this.
I'm sorry, don't wait to donate. The text number's right up there. I think it's operational. You guys can donate at any time, even though we're putting on the virtual event and we're going to make a big push for donations. Don't forget, you can donate right now. CamFest is alive and happening. It's being prepared as we speak. So very important. The text information's right there. And of course, there's a big donate button on the official camfest.org page. Hey, I wanted to give a quick shout out, since we're talking about Desert Sands Unified School District, to we have a California Teacher of the Year. Allison Sear was awarded, only one of 5 in all of California. That is quite a feat and an award for her. It testifies so much. 9 years of teaching. And what school is she at?
She's at Johnson Elementary School. And as you said, 9 years of teaching. Get this. Not only is she an amazing teacher, you could kind of say that she is given part of her body to education because she donated a kidney to one of her colleagues as well.
I mean, it's really unbelievable, the dedication. As you learn more about her, you see why she was selected as Teacher of the Year in California. You know, this is a virtual world that they live in, but these teachers are really working overtime to connect with their students. And as you said, in her particular case, you know, she donated a kidney, has done so many things. You know, she has to work her way up. You know, she has to become like a district winner, and then you know, like and ultimately be selected. And very exciting for the Coachella Valley. And congratulations to Allison.
And I'd like to point out, Craig, that when she got County Teacher of the Year, I did an interview with her in June on, I want to say it's like episode 2 or 3 of Classroom Conversations that we had. And we interviewed her there, and it was fun to be featured. The Desert Sun had that as part of their digital article, as well as the KESQ had that as part of their digital article, to have that featured on there. So we're going to have her again on Classroom Conversations. I'll definitely share what we're preparing for her with you, so you guys can share.
That's great. We have an article about her. You guys can go over to CoachellaValley.com. We did mention her and put her up on Facebook. Got a lot of interest, of course, and there's a lot of people interested in teaching. So hopefully it's encouraging to those students that are working their way through here in the Coachella Valley, and they'll become the teachers of the future. You know, I just want to say also real quick, I know we're talking about CamFest and stuff, but this is what's happening in Coachella Valley. This is a Sunday show about events, entertainment, and things that are going on around the valley. You know, one of the big things, guys, do you know that 400,000 people have already voted in Riverside County? And they put out 1.2 million mail-in ballots, and we're already literally about 45% of every single one of those ballots has been returned. So it's happening out there. And also all of our election sites, you can actually go out and vote now. We put up on our CoachellaValley.com all of the different, there are tons of different voting centers throughout Riverside County and Coachella Valley that you can actually go vote right now. So I want to encourage people to continue to do that. That seems to be the big topic, obviously, November 3rd. You know, a lot of things happening out here.
And I'll tell you, a lot of times the school site served as center for voting places as well. When I was an assistant principal at Page Middle School, just around the corner from my house, we had the elections there, and we had votes
You know,
right
a lot of
right on
people ask
campus.
me every. Oh, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say a lot of the school sites serve as polling places, but obviously due to COVID and so forth, they're not during these times.
So voting's very important. We're recommending that you guys get out there and do your vote. Put your mail-in ballot. Lots of places to be able to go. Also, I wanted to give an update on where we are in Tier 1 and Tier 2. Unfortunately, we have two different things that we measure. Positivity rates, which is simply for everybody who takes a test. If 1,000 people take a test and you have 10% positivity, that would be 100 new cases. They don't really say how bad the cases are, but that's how the positivity rate works. That number, we are still able to move into Tier 2, and it has never gone back to Tier 1. What we've been having problems with is the case rate. And case rate is dependent on how many people are also testing. In other words, if you only had one person tested, you'd only have one case. We're pushing across the county to do more testing, and we've doubled our testing. We've gone from like 2,000 to 4,500. So Riverside County has responded. However, what people don't realize is that the case rate then doubled because we test more. So even though there's a big push for that, the truth is that our test rate has gone all the way back to Tier 1, and we have to be out of that for 21 days to be able to make any change. So I'm going to report right now, Coachella Valley does not look like it's moving anywhere out of Tier 1 to Tier 2 anytime soon, because both the positivity and the case rate have to be within the Tier 2 sections for 21 days, and we are not there yet. So we are at least 21 days from today from even considering moving back into Tier 2. So just a little FYI. Go ahead.
And when you talk about the schools and so forth, I just want to share what's going on with Desert Sands. So you announced earlier that we have sports and athletics starting up again, and they're staying in those 10-person cohorts. That's the only way they're allowed to condition and so forth. We do have small group instruction that's starting this upcoming week, where we're going to have some of our students of special needs come on campuses to work with our instructors in very, very small group of situations again. But the goal is our school board voted 4-1 to open up hybrid January 19th for all of our schools and so forth. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So what we're hearing here, breaking news right here, it does look like, and I've also seen the reports, that they are opening up elementary, middle schools, and high schools on, like you said, on a limited basis or on some basis going forward. Right now, what is happening is that the fall sports that are listed are able to condition, I believe, 1 hour a day, and they have to do it in, obviously socially distanced, lots of rules. But they're getting back out there. They're getting back out on the field, football teams. I've seen cheerleaders working out. I've seen bands doing stuff. I've seen all kinds of volleyball, gymnastics. I also know the Desert Recreational Centers here and Palm Springs Recreational Center also are doing instruction now where you can actually enjoy that as well. The reason we're telling you that is because things are opening up despite the fact that we're on Tier 1, and schools specifically have always been open. People think that schools are closed as a mandate for California. They're not. It's the school districts that are simply trying to figure out how do you bring back all these students and do it healthily, and how do you protect teachers and everything else. It's not an easy thing to do, but they're doing it. And so that's very encouraging. And that signals good for CamFest, I think, as well.
I want to say that speaking of CamFest and speaking of Christy being our vice president of the foundation, she's also a school grandmother. That is, how many kids are you schooling every day? Are you teaching every day, Christy? We got a superwoman right here, Craig. I just want to let you know what we got going on.
Well, she's got her superhero outfit on. You can tell it's red. She's looking great. Look at her, man. That is superhero material right there.
No, I have my two grandsons they're twins. They're in first grade at Monroe, and then I have my friends two that are in Washington Charter, first grader and a second grader. So I have 3 first graders and a second grader at my house every day.
I've got Brooklyn at home, and I can't believe how you're doing it. I just have Brooklyn at home, and it's just
they're good. They're really good kids, and like the first kids easily adapt. So like the very first couple weeks when I got into it, I was like, oh Lord, what did I get into? But the kids are really good. Now they have their system down. they're really good. They understand what they're supposed to do. They go off of Zoom, they do what they have to do, and they go back. I don't get any like pushback. They know exactly. They know when they're supposed to take their breaks. They know stuff like that. So they're adapting. I think it's the parents that are going crazy because I can't imagine, seriously, I can't imagine when I was a parent, which was 30 years ago. I mean, my kids are grown. If I had to work and tried to watch the kids. So my daughter works full time. So thank God that I'm here, that I can help her with that. Because I am like really involved with them doing their homework and stuff. If you just leave them at a daycare with people who don't care, or not that don't care, but aren't as invested, there's a lot for those kids have to do. So I take my hat off to any mom that's trying to juggle it. Because I'm older now, so my patience is a little better than most moms in their 20s and 30s.
Hey, I wanted to give you guys a little bit more news. As you guys know, museums have also been closed, and they opened back up. But then when Tier 1 came back, they have to be outdoors. Well, that's creating a lot of problems. Palm Springs Museum. Do you know that they just got done selling a $3.9 million Sotheby auction, or Christie's auction? Actually, just sold a $3.9 million. It's called the Carousel. Steve Chase, interior designer, late Steve Chase, had donated it, and they actually sold it to try to cover costs, $3.9 million to the Palm Springs Museum. So it's getting difficult out there. And what they say is they have plenty of donors, but they're losing all kinds of income from people coming into their restaurants, memberships, looking at different things, their gift shop, and so on and so on and so on. So it is an interesting world to see how nonprofits are trying to figure out how to adopt and adapt in this new world. CamFest included, Educational Foundation. So many of us, even our own business, so affected because we're out doing events, and now everything's turned into virtual events, and we're doing more and more digitally. I know something great's going to come out of this. I know our community is really learning and growing, and we're trying to figure out how to connect to our audiences and to those that would benefit. Children's art and music. How can you not want to be involved in that? Discovery Museum is also putting out a cry for help because of people are not going in. Those are very highly interactive things for children, very necessary and very important. So I would love to see CamFest knock it out of the park. I would love to see us raise money, support you and the children and the Educational Foundation, Desert Sands, and others throughout the Coachella Valley. You guys can text right here and get involved, officialcamfest.org. If you're interested at all, you can call Christy. She loves to talk. She'll talk your ear off, and she'll get you involved on how to actually make something happen here. The whole thing's about the kids. And I'm sorry, Sean, I see you raising your hand. I feel like a teacher. I'm calling on you, Sean Webb.
I don't want to interrupt, so that's why I'm raising my hand. But I want to say that, so I'm very fortunate to have a very innovative board that I work with, Christy being vice president, and we've got 14 total board members. With that being said, they were proactive to think about this text to donate, because each and every year our classrooms would sell tickets for the event itself, and that money would go right into their classroom. Well, we didn't have an event to sell for, so now what they've done is they've given each teacher a code so they can advertise on their own for their own classroom. So we're hoping that works, and it's a new thing, right, Christy? So we're hoping with this it'll be different, and it's a challenge too, right?
Right. Well, see, the thing about it is we had a lot of different ways to earn money for the CamFest to go into the pot so we could give out money, right? So we're like, okay, so the teachers really work hard and the money goes right to them. How can we make sure they sold those tickets last year? They sold over $10,000 worth of tickets that went right back to them. Didn't go in the pot for CamFest. It went to them. So the work that they put in, they got it right back. So we're like, we have to give them that option this year. How can we do it? So now, starting today, actually, they have a text to donate number, and they have a text to donate code. So if you have a child or a student in a certain school, in a certain program, an arts program, music program, you can text to donate directly to that classroom. So that will be found on the website. And hopefully we'll be able to maybe get it up on the marquees at the elementary schools, because they're just for their school. The secondary and the high school, they have individual program codes because there's so many programs within their school. So the elementary's more, just the elementary. I say if you want to donate to your actual classroom, ask the teacher that your student is involved in. Like I said, when we had a raffle that sold almost $8,000 worth of stuff, we had the ticket sales from the day of, which was over 10,000. We have money, and then now we have sponsors. The sponsors, some of them can't donate. I mean, businesses were hit pretty hard. So we're trying to work to make sure we can give money back to those kids. CAMFest is not only a fundraiser, it highlights the work that the students have done, and they do every day, from practicing their drums to artwork at home and their lessons and things like that. It's very important to give students a pat on the back and say, hey, we see you, we see how hard you're working. And that's what CAMFest is about. The fundraiser is the second part, really, because I think it gives the kids like some kind of like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like confidence that they can do whatever if they work hard at it, they can do it. So the cherry on top is the money that comes in, but the whole gist of the whole thing is the kids. And that's what it's about, kids, for kids, and everything we do is for them, and trying to figure out how to get more money in there so we don't have kids. We give them options.
There you go. Official. There it is. The official camfest.org website. Find out more information, of course, about the streaming event and everything that Christy and also the Educational Foundation Desert Sands is up to. And they are, you guys are supplanting what the school districts are doing. You were telling me, Sean, that the idea behind the Educational Foundation is to fill in gaps, add extra funding to events that may or things that maybe kids wouldn't necessarily have. Can you give me a couple of examples real quick?
Yeah, so a lot of our teachers apply for the mini grants. So as Christy was talking about, the text to donate goes directly to those teachers' classrooms. They get those funds. With the other pot, that with the sponsorship money and the ticket at the door money, that goes into mini grants. And those mini grants are offered to all the teachers that go ahead and participate in CAMFest, as well as then we have a second round that is opened up to all the teachers. And those mini grants are all based on, Craig, they can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000. And I've seen projects for people have been asking for like 3D printers. They've been asking for, like I talked about, the recorders.
$500 to $1,000. I've seen projects for.
I hear a little bit of an echo there. Sorry.
Yeah, that's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm just
no
checking
problem.
out the comments while we're going through this because I've ignored most of our audience today because we've been chit chatting.
Oh, you know what? I can
actually do it all.
I actually can see here some of them and so forth. Dan Scanny said, howdy, Craig. Here, I can put up on
Hey, thank
screen.
you, Dan. I appreciate it. Always tuning in for us. And Shell, thank you so much. Laura Green, always a great contributor to things. And we always appreciate the participation. We also have a watch party happening on Today's California. We're talking about CAMFest. You're watching what's happening in the Coachella Valley, and we really are talking about news and information around the greater Palm Springs area. We were talking about digital things. Here's the time of the sign, Christy. The Desert Sun put up their building on Gene Autry for $7.5 million for sale, their headquarters.
Wow.
So talk about digital move. They moved all their printing to Phoenix, and it's no longer being had there. And the building that you've seen forever on Gene Autry, that's always been you drive by the airport heading, to the freeway, whatever, is up for sale, $7.5 million. Time of the sign.
Had either of you ever taken a tour of their printing press underneath there? It is unbelievable, the size of that printing press.
Wow.
I heard it was antiquated a bit, and that was one of the reasons that they moved it. It was too expensive, really, to move the digital, stuff there. I also saw a great article about, how mechanical those things really were, and the engineers and the people that work on those things. So I know it should be a museum, although we're
talking drums and rolls of paper that are probably about 15 feet wide, and they're probably about 30 feet tall. And that's what they start off with the newspaper. So one of the other hats I wear is I'm the Leadership Coachella Valley president, and we'd always get a behind the scenes tour. And you know how you'd see that beginning scene of Laverne and Shirley with all the bottles?
Yes.
Well, imagine that with all the newspapers. That's exactly what you see in there, and they're moving those drums of paper, and it's just massive. It's just unfortunate that that place is for sale and they're moving.
Well, I do
Just
want to tell
unfortunate.
you something that's happening at the Camelot. You know the vintage. Have you ever been to the Palm Springs Vintage Market?
Yes, yes, I have.
Well, it's opened up again. So at
Okay.
Camelot, so you can now enjoy that. You know, they have a certified farmers market there that they have been doing for quite some time. Also, Old Town La Quinta also has a certified farmers market. And I'm just excited that the vintage market is open back up. It's open today. If you head to Camelot in any short order, you'll be able to enjoy that vintage market. I love all these different things because of the entrepreneurs, just like us and just like you guys. They have passion, heart, desire, want. Been tough during COVID, but they're still doing it. They're still grinding it out, and they're still putting together product and things that people can enjoy and be a part of. And that's what we're all about here at the Coachella Valley.
I got something
Hey.
exciting to share. You'll love this, Christy. We have somebody who just posted, looking forward to being a sponsor this year.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
so Gary,
Fantastic.
I will definitely be reaching out. That is fantastic. Thank you, Gary, from what is that, Jessup GMC Cadillac.
Fantastic. Just send the
Yeah.
commission.
Is that how it works? Is that how it works?
I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe I get a car or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know how this was going to work today.
No, it doesn't work that
It
way.
would be great if our sponsors, if we got more sponsors and things like that. I encourage everybody, like, even if you can't donate what you would have donated before, and we understand that all the businesses in the desert are struggling, but there are some that are thriving.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Well, let me tell you something that is thriving since we're talking about news. Have you guys heard about the Thermal Beach Club that just got announced?
I did
So
hear about
down in
that.
Thermal, $750 million project, guys. We're talking about memberships over $1 million. They're going to have a wave, surf park, beach, all kinds of things out there in Thermal in it. And this is in an empty lot right now. This is, I believe the beach itself is going to be about 22 acres of water alone.
And it's right next door to Desert Mirage High School. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. They're
That's
literally
right, yeah.
opening next door to their football stadium there.
So, I mean, it's really incredible what is happening here in the Coachella Valley. You know, we know Southwest Airlines is coming. We've got JetBlue, Alaska Airlines, Delta, American Airlines, all increasing their routes here to the Coachella Valley. And I don't know about you guys. If you've been out at all this weekend, it was absolutely packed. Old Town La Quinta, filled. I was at the river, filled. You're talking 45 minutes, hour waits to be able to eat outside. The weather's incredible. People are coming here, and people are setting themselves up to really enjoy the Coachella Valley experience. And CamFest and the children's schools and everything opening back up, people beginning to practice. It's not normal life. It maybe is a new life, but there's so much appreciation and gratitude, I think, for the energy of this valley and how we're coming together and we're starting to work together more and more. I obviously, being in the digital world, am thrilled that we got 3 screens right here. We're broadcasting live on Facebook. Look at this. Yep. I mean, look at all the things that Sean obviously went crazy last night and put together all these wonderful graphics. I really appreciate that, Sean. It's really looking good. I hope you guys are enjoying the uniqueness of these shows and the things that we're bringing you. What's happening in the Coachella Valley is really for you, and we appreciate your guys' participation. Definitely go get that sponsor. Yep. You want me to look up his phone number right now? I'll give it to you.
Good.
we know who Gary is.
Okay, good.
What I wanted to say was, we look at it too, like you can look at it twofold. So with CamFest not having an actual event and now having a virtual event, next year we can put them together.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will just be crazy with sponsorships and money's coming in to support these classrooms and to bring these arts and stuff back to the schools, because this is really important. This is really important. These kids really, really deserve us to help them, and that's what we're here for, to supplement any of their programs, whether it's art, music, dance, or theater, or if it's STEAM, Yeah. So that's why we're here, and that's why we do it, because we want the kids to have every opportunity moving forward.
So some people are asking me exactly what sports are opening up. Let me tell you, this is who's practicing. We got boys and girls cross country, field hockey, 11-man football, 8-man football, gymnastics, traditional competitive cheer, volleyball, boys and girls, and water polo, boys and girls. These are those teams that are able to come back and start to practice actually at school and get involved. I mean, that's quite a lineup, and you're going to start seeing kids more and more on fields. If you're driving right by the high schools or whatever, you're going to start to see these practices happening.
That's great.
So I'll tell you, I saw the guidelines and it said 10 kids in a cohort. And then I drive by La Quinta High and I saw them, they had like 100 kids out there for football. But then I stopped by and I talked to the coach and I talked to the athletic director how it works. It's amazing. Is it so, you know, every 15 yards they got a group, but that group of 10 does not leave that coach at all.
That's right. It's per each coach.
Yeah,
it's
it's
10.
per coach. And then
that's right. And they're really it's supposed to be, you know, strength conditioning type of activities. So it's really more about staying in shape than it is necessarily preparing for games, but they are coming. And the desire for these districts to have these sports coming up in spring is very real. And I think kids are very excited. I went by La Quinta High School just the other day. I did see the cheer group already out there working hard. They were very distanced, but they looked like they were all in the same uniforms. You know, like I could see the spirit. You know, it looked like, and it looked like they've been doing this for a while because they didn't seem to miss a beat, no pun intended, at all.
Right.
They were incredible, is what I'm saying. I stopped. I was like mesmerized just watching, you know, a group of 75 people doing choreographed work. It was fantastic.
Well, and I'll tell you. Oh, go ahead, Christy. Go ahead, please.
I know Kathy Doyle. She's another board member. Her granddaughter is part of the flag team in junior high. So virtually, they would literally have to tape them. They would send the what's the word I'm looking for?
The recording, the video.
Yeah. So they would send what they had to do, and then the kids would put the recorder up. They have to do it, and then they send it back. And then the teacher kind of puts it all together and say, this is kind of what you look like now or something like that. So,
and you know, if you're really good digitally, you just put your soundtrack right here and fake it. Millie Manila, whatever that was. Pull that off.
No, I know the kids are probably
it's like, wow, Craig, you sing better than you've ever sung before.
Yeah, but they're probably really happy to be around. I mean, they may be distant, but they're probably happy just to be in the same area as their friends because this.
Well, I love seeing you guys. I mean, really, I get excited, you know, connecting even though we're virtual right now because there is a connection and. You know, and not having a family, I don't have quite as much interaction. So I'm motivated just in this interaction. So I got to imagine the kids just love connecting with their, you know, teachers and the rest of the people there and performing. So.
Oh, look at this, Christy. We got a question for you.
What?
Got a question coming up. Where can they find their sponsorship levels? And while you answer that, I'm going to pull it up on screen.
They're found at officialcampfest.org. You push to donate, or there is a button on the official Campfest website that takes you to our desert sands. Safe, secure, and the levels go from we have 10,000 to 250 to whatever you want to donate. So if you want to donate 500,000, that's fine too.
Give us a call if you're going to do that, please. We don't want to do that through text to donate.
Miss Susan Dorsey-Yaple, I appreciate your question, and I look forward to seeing a sponsorship or a donation from you. Thank you.
Perfect. I'm glad that we're able to address that question right there. Thank you, Susan. And then while that happened, I'll tell you, Craig, we had some more comments up here. I know that you want to talk about what's happening in the Coachella Valley. We had one of your viewers talk about the Dia de los Muertos exhibit yesterday.
So what did they tell us?
They said that Congressman Reese did a great job promoting it, and they said it was great.
So obviously, just like Halloween has been, there are going to be a lot more, you know, drive-in or drive-by events and things like that for this. You know, it's unfortunate that we can't get together. As you know, Newsom has said 3 families for Thanksgiving. You know, that's it. No singing, well, you can sing, but there's things that you're not. They want you to do it outside. The idea is social distancing or physically distancing, continuing to wear masks, wash your hands, and do all the things necessary so that we can open back up. I mean, that's really the key here. We gotta work together within the rules,
Right.
whether you agree or don't agree, for this community to open back up. And the truth is, we're testing more, and as a result, we have more cases happening here in the Coachella Valley. I'm not sure when that's going to go away, Sean and Christy, only because the more we test, the more cases we have. This could take a while for us to really move out of the tier we're in. I hate to say that, but I'm a follower of these numbers. I'm pretty intimate with these numbers, and I think we're looking a long time out to see things changing. But we're watching restaurants open up. People are adapting throughout. Lupine Plaza, I don't know if you've checked that out. It's just a block off of El Paseo that they opened up and invited restaurants and people to be able to bring their food there. Agave Fresh opened up like a bar there to serve people. Kind of interesting to see the creativity throughout the Coachella Valley. We're going to continue to report on that. And I think CamFest is about a part of that too. You guys could have just folded it up, postponed it, come back next year. Not at all. I say raise more money this time, Christy, than you've ever raised before. I say that we get more sponsors and involvement than ever before. And you know what? When we do produce this, you're going to have, is it 6 or 7 days of programming where people are going to be able to absolutely see the arts, see the music, see the different things that you guys are providing and helping people. And I hope that really will motivate them to donate. But you can do it right now. You can call Christy right now. You can reach out to her. I see the phone number. It's on the board there. Don't forget, guys, you can share this, whoever's listening, with anybody later. You can invite friends to watch this and share it on your page. We'll continue to do some watch parties so people can watch it throughout the week. And we're just very excited to have you guys here. It's fun to create and show you the technology that we're utilizing here. As Sean has put together the overlays, you can see our logos on each side. 3 of us here. You can hear all of us, and we're all socially distanced because we're in different locations, which I think is also kind of cool. Hey, what's up, Christy? I see your hand. I love this. I feel like a teacher. You guys got your hands up, and I feel like, oh yeah, the woman in red in the back.
Well, we don't want to be rude and like cut you off when you're talking. So I wanted to say this too. With the teacher, we talked about the teacher text to donate. Well, we have a challenge that goes along with that, where the teachers who get the most donations in their bucket, we add $250 on to the elementary USIs, to the middle school USIs, and to the high school. So we put that out as a challenge, and I said that to say, coming in November, we're going to have a TikTok challenge. So we're going to have a TikTok challenge, but we don't have that ready yet. But I'll have to come back on and tell you all about the TikTok challenge. I
say we challenge Craig to do one of the dances of the TikTok challenge. That's number 1. And then he do a mimic. What do you think about that, Craig?
Oh, yeah. I'm all on it. I've been working my TikTok dances and stuff for quite a while. I think I'm up there. I'm up for the challenge.
Okay, so when we
Sean, you only have to put a camera on me.
I understand. That's why. Even better if you could have you mimic a teenage kid. I think that'd be hilarious.
Well, don't you think I look like a teenage kid? What are you saying?
Absolutely.
I certainly act like one.
Maybe you're at least drinking age. You look at least drinking age.
Hey, you know what? Most people don't realize I have the largest Facebook. I have the largest social media group here in the Coachella Valley. They're usually looking for someone a little younger. So I'm quite happy that I'm very excited about the digital world and the ability to communicate. It's here to stay. And what we're doing right here is cutting edge, Sean and Christy, and we're going to continue to grow and learn ourselves. The idea, and I always challenge, I'm on some nonprofit boards, and I always challenge nonprofits to produce content that people care about. In other words, it is the responsibility of the nonprofit to tell the story and get people engaged in that story. And, you have to do that. You can do it authentically. At the same time, there is an entertainment value that people want to experience and enjoy. And that's why Indian Wells Tennis Garden was so successful, because they could actually see the level of talent. And I think, Christy, you're going to be able to pull this off. We're going to be able to showcase a lot of great, talented kids and what they're doing and their commitment to it. And I think we're going to provide some exceptional entertainment on top of that. So it's not just about texting money to us. It's about showing your appreciation for the experience that maybe you guys are having. So I'm going to challenge the two of you guys to continue to up your level of programming on the digital side.
Well, I'll tell you, thank you very much, Craige, for this opportunity to be on this platform and allowing us to stream bomb your show today. I hope that Christy and I get the opportunity to do this again. I know that Chef Mary's in the background and she can't wait to come stream bomb and be part of this as well. We had a great time speaking to a different platform of people and so forth. And we look forward to just sharing about everything great Desert Sands with our 28,000 students we have. And, you know, you talk about digital events and so forth. You know, Desert Sands is a large part of this desert. You know, we got 33 schools, 28,000 students, and we're in the top 5 employers of the desert. We have almost 3,000
Unbelievable.
employees.
And you know what, Sean, you also told me there's 3 school districts here.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's not just Desert Sands. It's
There's Palm Springs Unified that's on the west, and then there's Coachella Valley Unified that's on the east, and we serve the middle from, as I shared, Rancho Mirage all the way to Coachella.
So I just say that to those that are listening, because sometimes, you know, you'll see some news on Desert Sands and everybody thinks that it, you know, may apply to them. But we really have 3 different school districts working out their challenges, issues specifically for their communities. I think that's the idea behind, you know, having school districts cut up into different spots and spaces that maybe they can be able to better meet the need in their particular community and area. But we do want to remind people, 9 cities in the Coachella Valley, 3 school districts, and each of those school districts are working out things. And then go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, I just, you know, a lot, you mentioned the school districts and you not knowing that there was 3 school districts out here, that me knowing that the people watching have no clue that these school districts are out here. Please know that just of Desert Sands alone, of the almost 30,000 we have, 63% of those students receive free and reduced lunch. So to give you a better idea, like when people come to visit the Coachella Valley and they stay that beautiful home and that perfectly manicured yard, the families that take care of that home, the family that takes care of that yard, their children are our students. So please know that those are the types of students that we service each and every day. And once again, Craige, I want to just say thank you for this opportunity to present in this platform.
You bet. Hey, you know, that might be a great opportunity to wrap up. You know, we've had a great opportunity to meet with you guys. We got Sean Webb. He is I don't have the name right. I always want to call it Executive Director of the Desert Sands Educational Foundation. Maybe you should just keep that name. Oh, we put it up there for us. There you go. Community, is that the community engagement?
Yeah, it's a long title. Director of Community Engagement, Director of the Educational Foundation. There we go.
We got Christy Beasley, and she is the Vice President of the Educational Foundation and running CamFest, officialcamfest.org. And that's coming up, a virtual event that's coming up, but you can get involved today, and we've been talking about that. You guys can go to CoachellaValley.com, of course, at any time. Also, our calendar has all kinds of events and things that are happening in the Coachella Valley. We thank you guys for your participation, and we thank you guys for coming on. I'm going to let everybody go, and we will not be having any travel with Francois. She's taking a break. She's usually my co-host on this show and comes on right after. But we're going to let you guys go and enjoy your first November 1st. We hope you're rested with that extra hour of sleep. If you're just joining us now, you missed things. No, I guess I'm not sure which way it would have been. You would have already joined us early and missed us. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys next Sunday right here at 11:11 on Coachella Valley. See you later.
Thank you.